Hello, welcome to the online radio and television station. Here comes the latest updates. Currently, the government is implementing many policies to support businesses to overcome difficulties. But there are still many problems about accessing support packages. The implementation of ministry, branches, and localities is still slow. Up to now, the new measures have been mainly at the level of debt rescheduling, postponing, and freezing, while the measures to really reduce costs for businesses have not been implemented. Along with that, many policy and credit packages are available, but in reality, according to the enterprises, they are not clear and specific. In a recent meeting at the government office, the minister and chairman of the government office, Ma Ding-Dũng, required that for the support packages for workers and businesses, ministries and branches need to immediately put them into the draft provisions for implementation. The procedures must create not cumbersome and complicated, but rather favorable conditions for the beneficiaries to access the support in a shortest time. The process is carried out in a direct and online manner, ensuring explicitness. The Aviation Administration of Vietnam has issued instructions on the sales of airline tickets and refunds for passengers during the COVID-19 prevention and control period. Accordingly, the department has sent documents to the airlines including Vietnam Airlines, Pampu Airways, Vietjet Air, Jetstar Pacific Airlines, and Vasco. The document stated that currently the country is preventing the COVID-19 pandemic. Air transport activities are regulated in stages under the direction of the government and the Ministry of Transport. In a new situation, when the Aviation Administration of Vietnam has not been able to grant long-term flights according to the seasonal flight schedule, the airlines need to follow the instructions of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation Department of Vietnam to formulate appropriate air transport operation plan. The airlines can only sell flights already licensed by the Vietnam Aviation Administration. For flights that have been opened for sale without a flight license, the airlines must refund the fare to passengers without collecting any fee. Violations will be strictly punished. Over the years, hundreds of stray animals trapped and confined have been handed over by the people and functional forces to the Center for Rescue, Conservation and Development of Organisms in Bù Gia Mập National Park, Bình Phước. These animals are the exhibits of the illegal hunting and trafficking which are exposed by the authorities. Over the past 4 years, the officials in Bù Gia Mập National Park have brought 85 wild and rare animals to the forest. Bù Gia Mập National Park has a total area of nearly 26,000 hectares and is regarded as the green lung of the southeast, with over 400 animals. According to the statistics, since its establishment in 2016, the rescue units have received more than 100 wildlife of 4 different species, including rare species. While some are gradually adapting to the natural environment, the majority have been released to the forest. Thanks to that, many rare and precious gene sources are preserved and the ecosystem is balanced. Governor of New York State, USA, Mr. Andrew Cuomo, introduced a two-phase plan to reopen the state's economy. Phase 1 will include opening construction and manufacturing functions with low risk. Phase 2 will open certain industries based on priority and risk level. Businesses considered more essential with inherent low risk of infection in the workplace and to customers will be prioritized. Between two phases, there will be 2 weeks to monitor infection rates. The state of New York have recorded 367 deaths in the past 24 hours, while the number of hospitalizations and the use of ventilators continues to fall. According to Cuomo, the state of New York is gradually returning to the time of the 31st of March before the number of COVID-19 cases began to increase sharply. On April 26, with 64.2% of the vote, the Labour Party Central Committee approved the party's participation in a unified government between the Likud and blue-white parties under a rotating prime minister mechanism. The move comes days after Labour Party leaders and Congressman Amir Perez signed an agreement to join the coalition government. Accordingly, he and another congressman of the Labour Party will assume two positions of minister in a new cabinet, where President-elect Benjamin Netanyahu and blue-white President Benny Gantz take turns to be the two prime ministers, of which Mr. Netanyahu will assume the position of Prime Minister of Israel for the first 18 months. The announcement of Congressman Perez also affirmed not to join the right-wing government, but rather a unified government with equal mechanism of rotating prime minister. That's all the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.